What's going on, guys? TTL here, going over my top props for Underdog. As always, on Underdog, sign up using code TTL when you first sign up. When you make your first deposit, you'll get a bonus cash of up to $1,000, depending on how much your deposit is. That's just 3 letters, guys. Code TTL. Or you can just scan the barcode in the bottom left. But thank you guys so much for all the love in the past few videos. Sorry I missed yesterday. I was celebrating my birthday a little bit. Today is officially my birthday, March 25th. I'm turning 25 years old, so getting up there, boys. Oh my goodness. But today is a Tuesday, so I do want to mention that today is Tournament Tuesday. I started this on Thursday of last week. I'm either going to do Tuesday or Thursday of every week. Some weeks I'm going to have both. This week I'll probably have both. But if you join the free Discord, it's free to enter. The link is in the pinned comment or in the description. And we have tournament Tuesdays and Thursdays. So, how it works is 8 random Discord members that want to be chosen. So, right now, I have a post. You just leave a check mark on the post. You'll see it in the current tournaments section. You just leave a check mark on the post. I'm picking 8 random people today. And what they're going to do is each person that was picked is going to send me 6 props that are currently on Underdog. I will personally place, this does not cost you any money. I will personally place each 6 pick for $5 each. The person who chose the most amount of correct props will win the prize pool. The prize pool is $25 starting, and then half of any returns, not just winnings, but any returns get put on top of it. 75% of returns if you're in VIP, the person that won. A tiebreaker happens if we have a tie. So if 2 people get 6 of 6, or 2 people get 5 of 6, or even 4 of 6, if that's the highest, that was the highest last week. Then they have a tiebreaker question. Today's tiebreaker is, what is the game total of the Hornets game tonight? So that there's not going to be a tie there. And whoever gets closer to that would win. Now, the rules of the tournament is all props must play and finish before midnight of the day that it's posted. All props chosen must be a 0.9x or higher payout on Underdog. Props can be any sport as long as played before midnight, and a DNP counts as a loss because it's kind of hard for me once a slip starts, for example, and a player isn't playing. I can't really remake that 6 pick, lines change, all that good stuff. So a DNP just counts as a loss. But you guys can enter this for free in the Discord. And if you're interested in VIP, get every single slip I post every single day, sportsbook bets, all the pick'em apps, all that good stuff. Obviously, you can access that on the WAP or the Patreon. I actually have a deal going on. I posted today. I might as well show that announcement here. But I did make an announcement. MLB starts in 2 days, guys. You get 50% off on your first month of VIP using the code MLB2025. It works on both Patreon and WAP. This is for new VIP members or returning users that have been inactive for a month or more. This ends on March 28th, so the day after MLB starts, and it ends at midnight on the 27th, going into the 28th. So get in on MLB, boys. It's one of my best sports. Really excited for that. Let's get into the NBA props. Sorry, guys, for taking so long, but I did want to make sure I got this mentioned for you guys. Got that settled. So today we're going to be going over my top 5 props today. We actually have 5. So let's head over to predictiveprofits.ai. We're going to click on the prop predictor, move the slip builder over here. And guys, the prop predictor is something, it runs 10,000 simulations per prop and tells us the projected hit rate based on all the data. So it goes off injury report, past head-to-head matchups, past 5, past 10, 2024 season. It goes off everything. It tells us the projected hit rate. So what we're going to do is we're going to set it to sportsbook lines, just because I like comparing the odds, and I like some lines that may be a 0.9x, 0.85x, something like that on Underdog. I do like having those options. So we're going to set this from highest to lowest projected hit rate. And let's get into our top 5 props of today on Underdog. Last time I'll mention this, you can use code TTL, get a bonus up to $1,000 when you make your first deposit, and you get a free month of VIP if you use code TTL when you sign up to Underdog. So let's get into this. Darius Garland is going to be our first pick we're going over today. We're going to take his under 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So let's go ahead and head to the predictive profits. By the way, you can use code TTL50 on predictive profits to get half off as well. But Darius Garland, we're going to see his points, rebounds, and assists. This is bumped down to 33.5 on sportsbooks already, which is a great sign. A minus 115 odds, which has an implied probability of hitting 53.49% of the time. We're going to go ahead and check this and add it to our slip builder. And we can see the under is what it's projected at, and its projected hit rate at a 73.57% hit rate, which is a 20.1% difference between the implied probability and the projected hit rate. And when we click this, we can see he's going under in 5 straight games. He's going under in 9 of his last 10, and he's going under in 20 of 67 or 47 of 67 games this season. And that's at the 33.5 line. If we change it to 34.5, it's actually 4 more games, which is actually kind of crazy. But 51 of 67 this season, under 34.5. We can see he's averaging 30 minutes played this season, 32 over his last 10, 32 over his last 5. So we do want to take out those games where he's playing 6 minutes or 17 minutes. So we will set this to 25 or higher. And we can go ahead and see he's still going under that 34.5 number in 43 of 59 games this season. So I'm loving this. Let's go ahead and take Darius Garland under points, rebounds, and assists at 34.5. The Trailblazers defense is kind of mid all around. 16th in points allowed, 13th in assists allowed, and 19th in rebounds allowed. We have him projected for under 30 PRA, just under 30, so around 29 to 30 PRA in tonight's game with a projected hit rate of 73% on the under 34.5. So let's lock that in and let's move on to prop number 2. Prop number 2 is going to be Ausar Thompson under 10.5 points. Now, last game, we kind of got lucky and kind of got unlucky. So he ended up cashing. We took his under in VIP a few days ago. I'll let the stats show it, but it's really weird. But Ausar Thompson under 10.5, minus 120 odds with an implied probability of 54%. We have the under hitting in 71.23% as a projected hit rate. And what we're talking about with that last game. The last game he played 9 minutes only. So we got lucky on that end. He had 5 personal fouls or maybe 6. He might have got ejected. I don't remember. But he had a ton of fouls. He had 3 in the first quarter. Didn't really play much at all that game. But he had 5 points. He almost cashed. I mean, not he was halfway to going over. But field goal attempts, he had 0 field goal attempts. He literally got 6 free throws. Like that was unlucky, but then we got lucky because of the foul trouble. It made up for it, right? So it's whatever. But he's averaging 18 minutes over his last 5. He's only went over in 1. Over his last 10, he's went under in 9 of 10. This season, he's went under in 33 of 50 games. He's averaging 21 minutes per game with an average field goal attempt of 7. He shoots 7 field goal attempts tonight. As long as he's not getting an unlucky amount of free throws, I don't think he's going to go over. When we take a look, we can see he's projected for 9 points tonight, so he might cut it close, but I do think he goes under. He's against the Spurs, who do allow a ton of points per game. 23rd, allowing 116.1 per game, but we still have him projected for 9, even with that calculated. So a 71% projected hit rate on the under. Let's lock it in. He added to our slip builder up here and move on to prop number 3, which is going to be Kel'el Ware. Let's take his under 11.5 rebounds. This is a 0.91x. Go ahead and take a look at it. We can see right here, add into our slip builder. It's a minus 185 odds, implied probability of 65%. We have the under projected to hit in 75.1%. So let's take a look at it. He's going under in 3 of his last 5, 7 of his last 10, and in 41 of 53 this season. This season, he's averaging 21 minutes played per game. The first half of the season, he didn't play much at all. So let's go ahead and set this to be 15 minutes minimum just to get rid of those games. Because even in his last 5, he's had a game where he's played 19 minutes. So let's just make it, we'll even make it 18 or 19, actually, just to make sure we're kind of keeping it up there. He still went under in 3 of his last 5, 6 of his last 10, and in 18 of 30 games this a 60% hit rate on the under here. He's against the Warriors, who are kind of middle of the pack. They're 17th of 30 teams for rebounds allowed per game. We have him projected for all the way down at 7 rebounds tonight. So I'm expecting 7 or 8 rebounds. We have a projected hit rate of 75% on the under here. Let's lock this in and move on to prop number 4 for today, which is going to be the highest hit rate prop on predictive right now. And it's going to be Walker Kessler under 1.5 3-pointers made. This one's a 0.81x. But I'm taking this just because it's such a high hit rate on predictive. We can see predictive has him projected to hit the under here in 98.6% of games. And when we take a look at this, we can see he's going under in 5 straight. He's going under in 10 straight. He's going under in 54 of 55 games this season. And he's played a minimum of 15 minutes per game this season. He's against the Grizzlies. They're 24th in the league. They allow 14 3-pointers per game. We're projecting him for 0. I think he gets at max 1, but a projected hit rate of 98.6%. We don't see that very often. We can see he's playing or he's shooting around 1 attempt per game, but we can see over his last 5, he's shot 6, 5, 6, 1, even 8 3-pointers, and he still went under. I just don't see him shooting many 3-pointers, especially not this amount. I'm expecting maybe 3, maybe even 4 3-point attempts tonight, but I think that's still on the high side. He could have one of those games where he just shoots 1 or 2. And I definitely don't expect him to make 2 3-pointers with 2 or 3 attempts. So let's take Walker Kessler under. I think that one's the easiest prop of the day personally, and I think it will get taken off the board if you wait too long. Now, the 5th and final prop of the day, I have 2 options. I'm going to give you guys the one that's a full payout, just so you can take this anywhere you want. But we're going to take Castle under 20.5 points to round this off. And we can see, add this to our slip builder. It's minus 115 odds right now. The under is projected to hit at a 75.01% hit rate. He's gone under in 3 of his last 5, 6 of his last 10, and in 55 of 70 this season. Now, he does have some games where he's only played 8 minutes. Go ahead and bump that up to like 8 plus. When we do that, we can see he's still going under in 3 of his last 5, 6 of his last 10, and in 47 of 62 this season. The Pistons are middle of the pack, 14th out of 30 teams for points allowed per game. We have him projected for just around 15 points in this matchup. So the recommendation is to take the under. He's shooting around 11.7 field goal attempts per game this season. Last 10, 14, last 5, 14.4. So we can project him for anywhere between, honestly, 8 and like 15 or 16 field goals. I don't think he'll be able to get 21 or more points with that amount of volume. So let's go ahead and lock him in on the under. That's going to be our 5 props today. According to the slip builder on predictive, we have a 29.11% chance of going 5-0 today. So if we were to calculate the positive EV-ness of this slip, it's a 7.37x for the flex play. And even that alone is already recommended to play for 2 units. That's without counting how much you get. You get a 2.27x if you get 4 out of 5. But with the 14x, it's a whopping 300%. So 14.74, 329% positive EV. You can put this in as a power play. I recommend the flex play just for that little bit of safety. And I also recommend splitting it up into maybe a 2-pick and a 3-pick or something like that. Maybe even just cutting one off and doing your top 4 and a 4-pick if you want. Either way, it's going to be positive EV. I'm loving all 5 of these. Let's go 5-0 today, guys. And thank you for all the love. I had a lot of birthday wishes yesterday in the Discord. Even though it was one day before my birthday. But I do appreciate all that. Thank you guys so much for all the love. And as always, guys, use code TTL50 on Predictive Profits for 50% off. Use code TTL on Underdog and get bonus up to $1,000 on your first deposit. And as always, you will also get a free month of VIP. Just join the Discord. Let me know. Hopefully, I see some of you guys enter this tournament Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.